The ability to be able to control your emotions and manage your emotions while trading is the factor that's going to differentiate you from the 95% of traders who are consistently losing money in the market. So, what is this that one thing that you're supposed to have in order for you to be consistently profitable in the market? Number one, you need to have a solid trading plan. What do I mean? You need to know when you're supposed to enter in particular trade. You need to know how much you're risking on that particular trade, and you need to know where you're going to get out of that particular trade right there. Don't jump into any trade without knowing in advance your entry, your stop loss, and where you are going to get out. You need to know what criteria the market has to give you in order for you to actually consider entering a particular trade. Number two, you need to know exactly how much money am I willing to lose if this trade goes against me on a trade by trade basis. And number three, you need to know where you're going to get out. If the market comes to a particular area, you get out, you get paid. Very, very important. Okay. So risk management is extremely important when it comes to the market because without that, you are literally gambling. Because if you don't know exactly how much money you're starting to lose on a trade by trade basis, then it can just take one trade and you lose everything. You can win nine trades and then just lose one trade, and that one trade wipes your whole account. And that's a surest way to blow an account. So make sure you have a trading plan, you are following proper risk management, and you're not being greedy. It's extremely, extremely important. And then you have to focus on execution, not outcomes. By this time, you and I know that you have no control over outcome. No matter how much you think you know what's going to happen in a trade, deep down you know exactly that the outcome is outside our control. So you have to focus on what you can control and not what you can't control. For example, if I take a trade right now, it might meet all my criteria, it might have this, and that, right? I would consider it an A plus setup. But even that same trade right there can still be a loser. Why? Because the market operates in terms of probability. It means that I have no idea what's going to happen. It's all about having a series of trades mindset and like having a trade on trade basis mindset. Where when you take a trade, you say to yourself, this trade right here is going to give me this much, right? And you kind of like have confidence that it's going to work out. Most of the time that doesn't work out, right? Because we have no control over that. So you have to focus on executing. Give yourself 15, 20 trades and then judge yourself after that. It's extremely, extremely important because you and I have no control over outcome. So if you followed your rules, if the trade met your criteria, you followed the rules, you executed perfectly, even if that trade was a loss, you still won. Why? Because you did the thing that you can control, which is executing and using proper risk management. Even if that trade went against you, you still won because you followed the thing that you're supposed to have followed. That's what you judge yourself on. Don't judge yourself on the outcome of trades because you're judging yourself on things that you have no control over whatsoever. So judge yourself how well you executed, not on the outcome of the trade. It's extremely, extremely important, right? So it's very, very important. And then also find a way to journal your trades. So when you need to know exactly when you entered, take a screenshot of before you enter that particular trade, your emotions before the trade, your emotions after the trade, and then do a review later on, either after the trading day or over the weekend. Sit with yourself and go through the trades that you've taken and see where you made mistakes and the areas of improvement so that you can become better next trading week. If you don't do that, it will be very difficult for you to actually improve. So you have to continuously evaluate yourself, evaluate your trades so that you know where you are lagging behind so that you can actually improve. Because if you don't do that, if you don't evaluate yourself, it's very, very easy to keep on repeating yourself, repeating the same mistakes over and over. And you know what they say? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So if you don't evaluate yourself, you won't know whether you are actually doing the right thing or you are doing the wrong thing. So find the time to actually sit down with yourself and your thoughts and your charts, look at the past trades, then see if you are making mistakes and actually try to actually work on them so that as you are going to the next week, you are actually identifying the areas of improvement and you're working on them. And that's how you become a consistently profitable trader. And that's how you control your emotions. And then also find a way to actually relax. Find a way to actually rewind your mind by either doing exercises, doing things like meditation, and also emotional mastery. It's really, really important in this industry because we are constantly exposed to the market. And if you don't take a step and actually reset your mindset, it will be very, very difficult sometimes because the emotions of last week will lead to the next week, and then just like that, and the cycle continues. So find yourself time to actually relax and reset your mind so that as you are going to the next week, you are actually free, your mind is actually clear, so that you don't actually carry the baggage from last week into this new week. So it's really, really important. If it's meditating, make sure you do that. If it's mindfulness, do that. If it's actually exercises, if it's taking walks, whatever works for you, make sure that you are consistent with that. Remember, you have to have a strategy that have been proven to actually work over time. Before you even focus on the mindset, you need to actually know that your strategy actually works. You need to have data that has actually shown that your strategy is profitable. And it's only after you've done that work right there that you can now start looking at the emotional part of trading. So that's how it is, guys. So I just thought I'd actually come to you guys and actually say a few things. And I hope you pick something from this video. If you have, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section, and let's get it. Let's prepare for next week. See you then.